So it has been quite a while since I made a Yu-Gi-Oh video that was not related to Master Duel, and just got home from my walk to McDonald's not too long ago. Like, I ordered a large iced caramel coffee. I instead got a medium, and I got a large water cup along with it, and just filled it with Dr. Pepper. Yeah. It worked out, I guess. So, woo! But yeah, as I was saying, it has been a while since I uploaded something. Avery, knock it off. As I was saying, it has been a while since I uploaded something Yu-Gi-Oh! Related that wasn't in Master Duel. And what's funny is, like, last week I ordered, or like a week and a half ago I ordered 8 Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, and yeah, the last 2 just came in today as I was on my way home, like, quite literally, as I was walking down the street on my way home, I saw the mail truck. I'm like, oh hey, it's the mail truck. Guess I left at the perfect time. And yeah, as soon as I reached the door, opened the mailbox, my last 2 cards came in, and ladies and gentlemen, my Live Twin Shadow deck finally complete. I've been working on this deck for almost 2 years at this point. Like, at first there was like 15 cards, 9 traps, and I think 6 monsters. But yeah, it was Live Twins originally with a bunch of like other random cards mixed in, which is what I did in Master Duel for a little while. When I started playing that, like, I used Live Twins, I used the Live Twin deck and basically, like, added a bunch of random cards to it, and somehow got wins with it in ranked. So it's like, holy fuck. Like, I even made people surrender as soon as I played a Kill. Literally just a normal Kill. I made people surrender in ranked just by doing that. But yeah, then over time it eventually became like a full-on just live and evil twin deck. And then in December 2022 it became Live Twin Shadow, which is what I use pretty much 95% of the time. Until like back in this previous December, where I dismantled it to get Trap Tricks done in Master Duel. And I've already mentioned before that physically I have the Trap Tricks deck complete as well. I had the Trap Tricks deck complete. It was much cheaper than this Live Twin Shadow deck was, let me tell you, because you basically only really needed to buy like 2 or 3 of the Trap Trick structure decks, and you just had to buy like a few other cards here and there, and then that was really it. So yeah, it was really cheap to make that, which is why I got it done first, and then this. This deck. Again, I've been working on it for almost 2 years, and it's finally complete. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show off the extra deck, because how I sort these cards is extra deck in front, then normal monsters, then spells, then traps. It's just easier for me that way. So yeah, let me just separate these. And yeah, we'll get to it. Alright, so yeah, again, Since this is live twin Shaddolls, it's obviously twins and Shaddolls mixed in one. But if you're using this deck, do have to warn you, if you haven't watched my Master Duel videos where I used this deck, yeah, most of the 98 or 99% of the time, you're basically playing one of the archetypes or the other. But if those are instances where you do use both archetypes at the same time, like, you're on top of the world pretty much. It is really good. Of course, those are rare. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get started with the extra deck. So, starting out with the extra deck, we've got 3 of the Evil Twin Kisakills. You know, Kisakill, for those who don't know, my favorite monster. Doesn't matter which version, whether it be Evil Twin, Normal Live Twin, or Kisakill Frost. Doesn't matter. Kisakill is my favorite monster in general. Got 3 of the Evil Twin Kisakills. And then we got my second favorite monster, which is funny because we have 2 Little Laws. Yeah, just 2 Little Laws. You don't really need more than 2. People tried arguing with me months ago, saying that they only needed 1 Kisakill and 1 Little on the extra deck. Not how I play. Not how I play the deck. Because if you've seen my Master Duel videos where I use this deck, like, you see that I do not. I require more than 1 of each. But yeah, again, 3 Evil Twin Kisakills, 2 Little Oz. And what's funny, wrapping up the Evil Twin extra deck monsters, we got 1 Trouble Sunny. Yeah, just 1. Like, do I really need to explain? I'm just gonna keep saying, watch my Master Duel videos where I use this deck. Like, it's self-explanatory, pretty much. Explanatory? Did I say it right? I think I did. Alright, so now we go on to the Shadow extra deck monsters. So, first off, we got 2 Windas, and as you can see, I've got 1 of each art for Winda. I wanted 1 of each art for Winda for a reason. Like, they're both amazing arts. And, in fact, there was, like, a Master Duel, like, voting thing for, like, card protectors for in Master Duel. My vote was actually for Winda. My vote was for Winda, and I saw the top 4 contenders. Winda was not one of them. Yet Max C was. And you know how much I fucking hate Max C. Nobody likes Max C. The only reason people use Max C is so they can get the cards that they need to... Yeah, I fucking hate Max C. Of course, you can Ash Blossom it, but... Again, that doesn't always work, and... Of course, you would also need Ash Blossom in your hand in order to counter that. And even if you do, there's a chance that you could get called by it, and you're just fucked. Unless you have a Ghost Bell, which we'll actually be getting into those cards here soon. But yeah, like I said, 2 Shadow Windows. I personally wanted both arts. Both the original and the alt art, because the Windows actually really cool. One of my favorite monsters. And then we have... And the rest of the extra deck monsters are one-ofs, so... Construct. I'm gonna be honest with you, in Master Duel, Construct has saved my ass quite a few times. I'm not kidding. Like, if you remember that video where I went against that Blackluster Soldier-themed deck, I could have played shit, and I was literally, like, 1 attack away from losing. And then I got the proper materials to be able to summon Construct. And as soon as I summoned Construct, I attacked, ended my turn, my opponent drew, and just surrendered. Like, again, Construct has saved my ass quite a few times. So, yeah, Construct is a really good monster to have, let me tell you. It can pretty much carry you. And these last 5 Shadow Extra Deck monsters are ones you rarely saw me use, but when I did use them, like, you know I was struggling, so... Yeah, first one is Apkallone. Like, again, as I just mentioned, I very rarely do I use these other 4 monsters unless I absolutely have, like, nothing else I can do. Which, yeah, not exactly. Like, it's... Ugh. Alright, next up we got El Shadow Shikinaga. Like I said, I'm actually, again, pretty much, again, I'm just going to keep saying, I hardly use these, so I'm just going to rapid fire these. I know I had Tillis, or however the fuck you mention it. Just pronounce it. Shadow Wendigo. Like, out of these last 5 Shadow monsters, like, I actually used Wendigo quite a few times. I used Wendigo quite a few times, so out of 5, like, this honestly is the one I've used the most. So, yeah, props to Wendigo, I guess. And then the last extra deck monster in this deck is Shadow Grista. Like, again, very rarely do I use this because the attack points, 2450, like, it's just not right. Like, it could have been 2400 or 2500, yet instead it's 2450, and the defense is 1950. Like, yeah, you could probably guess why I didn't use this card very often. It just felt weird to use it because of attack and defense points. So that does it for the extra deck monsters. Now we go on to the normal monsters. And the first normal monster is literally one of the 2 cards that came in just today before I started recording this video. Evil Twins, Kisakil, and Lila. Yes, this card was the last monster I needed in this deck. This was the last monster I needed in this deck. Paid a little over $8 for just this monster alone. $8. The sad part is, this isn't even the card in this deck I paid the most for. This isn't even the card I paid the most in general for out of all the cards I own. Like, this isn't the one. This is like the second most expensive one I own out of all the cards I own. But yeah, again, if you watched my Master Duel videos, yeah, you know. And then we got 3 of my favorite monster. 3 more of my favorite monster, I should say. Live Twin Kisakil. Like, honestly, if you ask me what my favorite version of Kisakil is, I would honestly have to say normal Live Twin Kisakil. Because I honestly like the pink and the red. They just kind of go together. Her color scheme is just really fucking good. And it allows me to special summon a Lil-La monster with her effect. So, yeah, I mean, the same could be the said for Lil-La, except the inverse, but again, I just feel like the pink and red just fits better than Lil-La's design. Again, I don't hate Lil-La's design. Again, Lil-La's my second favorite monster overall, so yeah. Again, we got three of these as well. And then we got 2 Kisakil Frost. Now, this Kisakil Frost in particular is the original, like, set release, the Lightning Overdrive. This is the Lightning Overdrive Kisakil Frost. And this card in particular, is the one card I spent the most on. I spent a little over $11 just on this card. Meaning, this is the card I paid the most for. Even over that Evil Twins Kisakil Lil-La. $11. I paid a little over $8 for that. Yeah, and this is the Lightning Overdrive Kisakil Frost. This one's the Mega Pack 22. This is the Mega Pack 22 Kisakil Frost, but this Lightning Overdrive Kisakil Frost, the most expensive card I own. And then, of course, got 2 Ash Blossoms. I want to get the alt art Ash Blossom at some point. I like the alt art, too. The alt art is cute. And do I really need to mention anything else about Ash Blossom? I don't really need to, I don't think. And then we got 2 Shadow Dragons. Yeah, we're going into the Shadow normal monsters now. They get just 2 Shadow Dragons. Like, almost all of the Shadow monsters are, well, at least most of the normal Shadow monsters are dark. And then Shadow Squamata, again, dark monster, got 2 of them. It's literally just pretty much a fucking snake, which is awesome. Yeah, all of these pretty much come in handy when you can use them. And it got 2 Shadow Beast cards. Really cool. That thing is a fucking beast. Now, the rest of these normal monsters are one-ofs. And of course, starting off with the one-ofs, you got Lil-La Tree. This is a Blazing Vortex Lil-La Tree. So I paid like almost $5 for this. Just this card alone. But yeah, out of single cards, like, this is the third most expensive one I own. And then the second Evil Twins Kisakil Lil-La, and then the most expensive card I own is my Kisakil Frost from Lightning Overdrive. And then we got Winda, Priestess of Gusto. Again, if you've seen my recent Master Duel videos, I've been using the Gusto deck quite a bit. Not a good deck, not far from the best, yet I'm somehow still getting wins with it. I don't understand how, but I'm getting wins with it. And Winda, definitely the reason why I'm using the deck. And it's a Synchro deck. I haven't used Synchro. I used Synchros once when I used that Luna anime character deck, which was absolute dog shit, by the way. But yeah, and that was in solo mode, and I was getting my ass kicked with that. But I play. I want to going in ranked with the Gusto deck and kicking ass somehow. Of course, I'm still losing sometimes, but at least I'm getting wins with it. And then got Spiritual Beast Tamer Winda as well. Again, it's another Winda card. Do I really need to say anything else? It's another Winda card. Yeah, the reason why I've got these two random Windas is because of my Wendigo. Wendigo requires... My Wendigo extra deck monster requires a Shadow monster and a Wind monster. With both Windas being Wind monsters. Yeah. And then we got Nail Shadow Ariel. Which... Pretty card, by the way. I paid like $99... I paid like $1 for this. So, it really wasn't... It wasn't bad. Paid $1 for it. Really worth it. Of course, eBay's charging you tax now, so you're going to be paying a little more than $1. But, hey. I got it before they started charging tax, so... Yeah, I paid like $1 for it. Then, one Shadow Falco. Yeah, you honestly don't really need more than one Shadow Falco because 1400 defense, 600 attack. Yeah, you're rarely going to be doing it. You're really only going to be using it for its effect or fusion summon. So, really, nothing. Yeah. It's you really only need one. And then we got one familiar Possessed Wind. Again, another Wind monster, just for Wendigo. And then we got just normal Wind the Wind Charmer. Again, another Wind monster, just for Wendigo. And then we got Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion, which is essentially just for, like... If my opponent uses Max C, and then I discard Ash Blossom to try to negate that Maxi, and they use Called By to negate my Ash Blossom, I could discard this to negate their Called By and save my Ash Blossom. That's what this card is in the deck for, just in case something like that happens. And then my last normal deck monster, Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Personally, my favorite of the Yokai girls. Like, she just needs a hug. And her design is just really cool, honestly. It really is. She just needs a friend. But yeah, now we move on to the spells. Starting with the spells, we got 2 L Shadow Fusions, which, again, Shadow Fusion cards. So, yeah. This for fusion. The Shadow Fusion monsters. That's really all there is to it. Two secret passwords. I don't know why I have 2 when I can really only just really need 1. But 2 secret passwords. They allow me to search like a live twin spell or an evil twin trap. Of course, it's once per turn, but... Yeah, say I wanted something like... Say I didn't have like a live twin monster in my hand, right? I could then... But I had a secret password. I can use secret password to get like one of 2 my live twin Sunny Snitch spells to add a live twin monster to my hand. And then I could normal summon that live twin monster. Yeah, you pretty much know the rest, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm getting creative ways to still way to do these spells. Let me tell you. And here we got 2 new spell cards that literally just came out as live twin support. Lil La Rap. Like, these literally just came out recently, and honestly, they were like $1 each. So, exclude before tax. Free shipping as well, so yeah, I got 2 of them just because. And for I don't think this card is in Master Duel yet. I don't think it is. If it is, it's probably gonna be an SR. But its effect is pretty much once per turn. If you special summon a monster from the graveyard, except the damage step. So, like for example, like I used like a certain evil twin trap, right? To special summon like my evil twin Kisakil from the graveyard. I can make my opponent lose 1,000 life points. So if I do that successfully, my opponent pretty much loses 1,000 life points. And if they do, I gain 500 life points. So yeah, I can special summon an evil twin monster from my graveyard. If I do that without it being negated, my opponent loses 1,000 life points and I gain 500. On top of that, so not only do I get a monster back on the field, which will allow me to special summon a Lilith from the graveyard if I didn't activate Evil Twin Kisakil's effect. Like, yeah, you pretty much know this card is kind of really fucking good. And I wanted to just because I also wanted this card just for the art. The artwork itself is really cool too. I like it. And 2 Called by the Graves. I've already explained Called by the Grave pretty much. And I only really need 1 in the deck. Because how often do I really use Called by the Grave? But yeah. I got 3. But my third one's in my Trap Tricks deck. Because again, I only really needed 1. And then we got Live Twin Home. Which allows me to special summon the Kisakil or Lilith monster from my deck. But I have to discard a card for that. So, yeah. Of course, if I get... That is if I doesn't get Ash Blossomed. Live Twin Channel basically allows me to return a Kisakil or Lilith monster back from the graveyard back to the deck at the end phase once per turn. So yeah, really good card. Not really needed too often though, but when you do need it, it's there. And Shadow Fusion. Another fusion card for the Shadows. Don't really need to explain anything for that. Monster Reborn. Always good to have a Monster Reborn in the deck, just in case. But, yeah, I really don't need to explain Monster Reborn. And then we got my absolute favorite spell card ever in Yu-Gi-Oh! Change of Heart. This card has saved me quite a couple times as well in the deck. It basically allows me to take control of one of my opponent's monsters until the end phase of my turn. You know, assuming it's still on my field at the end phase. Yeah. But if I use it for like a fusion summon or a link summon or something like that, yeah, it's obviously not going to be returned to my opponent's field until it's sent to the graveyard. But yeah, now we finally move on to the trap cards. Now, most of these are literally 2. I have like 2 of each trap, except 1. Because I only really need 1. Because how often do I really use it? But yeah. First 2 traps. Got Evil Twin Present. There's 2 of them. I have to control both a Kill and a Lililon monster, which I can swap. And one of the effects of this allows me to swap a Kill or Lililon monster with one of my opponent's monsters, regardless of what it is. And it's permanent until they somehow destroy their monster or get it back on their field. Or I can target a set spell or trap on their field and return it to their deck. But of course, I have to control both a Kill and a Lililon monster for that. So, if you don't have both a Kill and a Lililon monster, this trap is pretty much a brick. But with how the deck works, you're very likely gonna have both of them on the field anyway, so yeah, not really too bad. And we got 2 Evil Twin GG Easies, which I contribute 1 Kill or 1 Lililon monster. And whichever one of the 2 I don't tribute gains the attack of that monster I attributed until the end of the turn. Or I can negate the effect of a card that destroys a monster on my field. So, like, say I had this trap set, right? It had a Kill and a Lililon monster on my field. If someone tried to Raigeki my entire monster, all my monsters, like, activate this, tribute one of those monsters, instant negate. So yeah, really good trap. Really handy. You're pretty much going to be using this trap just for that. Most of the time. Sometimes gaining the attack, but very rarely will you use it for that effect. And then we got 2 Evil Twin Challenge. Which, again, tied to the Lililon rep. I can say I could chain. I think I could chain this with my Lililon rep. Yeah, I can. I can chain Lililon rep with this. I can activate Evil Twin Challenge, chain this. Well, I can't really chain it, but I can activate it after the effect. And then, yeah. An Evil Twin Challenge basically allows me to special summon an Evil Twin monster from my graveyard. And then, once that effect is done with, I can activate Lililon rep, which, again, my opponent takes damage, takes 1,000 damage, I gain 500. Which, yeah, really fucking funny. So yeah, I can pretty much it's really good. But yeah, you can tell this deck is actually really fucking good. Again, the Twin Shadows, not a thing, but I did make it a thing myself. That was something I wanted to try out, because I wanted to try out Shadows, but I didn't want to use the invoked engine with the Shadows, and at the time I had no idea how to use Shadows, so I mixed the Shadows with the live Evil Twins, which I knew how to play, so it just kind of worked out for me. Yeah, next up, we got 2 Shadow Cores, which I basically become trap monsters. And I can use that as fusion material. Stuff like that. Yeah, really good. Just basically just a trap monster when it's activated. It's really cool. And then we got 2 Infinite Impermanence. Do I really need to explain this? If you know Yu-Gi-Oh!, if you've watched my Master Duel videos, you know what this card does. You know what this card does. I really don't need to explain it. And then the last trap card in the final card in the deck is one Boo Boo Game. It pretty much prevents me from taking damage from one attack. So, and again, I could get 2 normal tracks from my graveyard and set them as well. But yeah, you're hardly ever going to be using that effect. You're going to be, if you get this and activate it, you're pretty much just going to be saving yourself from damage at once. It's basically like it's basically a trap version of Kuriboh. Like, you activate it, your opponent's monster attacks you once, you don't take damage from that monster. But you can take damage from the other monsters. So, yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Live Twin Shadow deck. After almost 2 years of working on this deck, it is finally complete. Now I have my Live Twin Shadow deck and my Traptrix deck complete. I'm thinking of working on my Witchcrafter deck next. I really am. Because, well, yes, Live Twin Shadow was my main deck for, like, the longest time, and as much as I'm enjoying the Traptrix deck, as well as really fun deck, by the way, Witchcrafter deck, absolutely my favorite deck to play, personally. And people say, ooh, it's just a casual deck. I've beaten fucking meta decks with Witchcrafters. Again, watch my Master Duel videos, if you haven't, with my Witchcrafter monsters. Like, I've kicked ass with literally just Hain alone. Like, I played one Hain through Reasoning. Literally turn 1. It's solo entire decks with just Hain. So you tell me if it's a casual deck at that point. Again, I've beaten fucking Cyber Dragons, I've beaten meta decks with it, so yeah. Again, thinking of working on Witchcrafters next. Let me know what you think about that, and yeah, that's 2 decks done physically. Oh, can't believe it's been almost 2 years since I started working on this deck. And it doesn't even feel that long. But goddamn, it was worth every dollar spent. And all the time I spent working on this deck. Absolutely worth it. Now I just need to get a proper deck box for it. Instead, not use this one. That might be next. Don't know. But yeah, I'm done. Go watch my Master Duel videos. In fact, I uploaded a Senran Kagura video not too long ago. Watch that. I got my ass kicked, but you know what? It was still a good video. It was funny. It was fun to play. Go watch it. In fact, I'll watch my other Senran Kagura Burst Renewal videos as well. They're really fun. They're really good. I'm enjoying the game. Go watch those. But yeah, I'm done. Take care.